Hello and good morning, my lovely friends. This is Marta. Welcome back. Today I have a pleasure to show you this beautiful, gorgeous 70th birthday card I will be creating. For that, I am using some of my own design bits which you can download for free. The links you will find down below in the description area. I'm also having some basic creative dies, and I'm having some white cardstock, cream color one, and the gold, and I'm also having the large embossing folder. The embossing folder I'm using in my today's video comes from the Tattered Lace company. However, I received it as a gift and I cannot tell you what exact name is on this embossing folder because I didn't have the outer packaging. It's quite old, so I think it may be retired by now. This is why I couldn't find anything on the internet. What I did for my card, my friends, I'm using 8 by 8 inches card base. I've cut myself the white square and the cream color circle, and both of them I've matte with some gold paper. For my circle I used the scallop edge die, and for the square I just use my guillotine and just cut a gold piece slightly bigger. Now I'm trying to build up the composition, reaching for my favorite dies, including this mandala from Christina, and this little beautiful lacy heart from Love and Marriage set, also by Christina Griffins from her card making magic set. And then I've cut myself this number 70 and happy birthday sentiment just from this circle mat underneath, because this is what I like to do whenever you have a big piece of the matting underneath your front panel. You can think of cutting few extra bits, some sentiments or leaves or something, just something you will use to fill up the composition. It will be matching your card because obviously it's the same color as your matting paper, but that way you save up this cardstock and you don't have to reach for a new color. When I place this little heart after cutting it and I put it on my card, I was seeing that it's not showing as visible. This lacy pattern on the heart is not really standing out as much as I would like to. So I've decided to color it, and what I'm doing here, I'm just adding the inks. I had this IZINK ALADINE spray, whatever you have in your stash, my friends, just to color it a little bit. You can use your markers or some paint or whatever really you have, just to help out to stand out this this die cut piece from among the composition. As you can see, this is a multi-layered composition. It's lots of things, you know, put one on top of another, so it's good to have for your focal point. It's good to enhance it with a slightly different color than the rest of your composition. And here you can see these gorgeous little handmade flowers. I love creating them. This is one of my favorite type of the flowers. I do love making the foie Miran flowers too, but whenever I have in mind that the card may be like sent through the post or something, I rather stick to the paper flowers because they're much more durable, and there's less chances that once the recipient get the card, they open up the box and the flower will be squished, because the paper holding shape much nicer. Here I wasn't 100% happy with the sentiment, and I don't know, I just couldn't envision it with this gold sentiment. It was just it didn't stand to me like right. So what I did instead, I go back to my computer and then I use this label which I designed before for this collection, which is for free download, and I've just change it, alter it slightly, change the size, and add the happy birthday sentiment into it. And this is something I must tell you, my friends, since I've started my designing adventure with making the paper and elements to cut, this has saved me so much time in my crafting, and it's helped me out that whenever I need something, some element or some sentiments, and I don't have particular die or stamp. I can always go and do it on my computer. So I'm super, super happy, and it's basically coming to an year since I've started designing. I'm actually working, just to let you know, my friends, I'm reworking my very, very first autumn paper just now. I've started editing them, and I'm just trying to do a little redo to show you what I learned. And I'm actually surprised, my friends. This is something I will be forever, forever grateful to all my friends for their encouragement, because when I've made my first paper, I was just like, oh, I don't know if anyone will like it or not. I wasn't sure, and you've been so good and so supportive to me, everyone, and thanks to you, I'm actually on this path, and I'm keep going, and it's a year, so I'm definitely getting ready some surprise for everyone to thank you for changing my life. Now, my friends, I've put the 2 layers square white one on top of the gold one, and then adhere them to the card base. I'm using the double-sided tape and a little drop of the liquid glue. And for my front circular panel, I'm actually using the foam tape because I just want to raise it a teeny tiny bit so it will stand out from the front card. I'm trying this card to not give it too much bulkiness and dimension. However, it's always good to have a little bit extra dimension. The foam tape I'm using here, it's a 1 millimeter, so it's not really adding too much bulkiness, but it visually, it's just enhanced the card. Here is my little helper. He just got back from the store with his dad, and he bought himself magazine which he come to show mommy. And here, going back to the card, I'm just placing this mandala on the, I'm shifting it to the left so I could have enough space for my heart and for the rest of my composition. This is something I like to do. Not always everything have to be centralized, like sometimes making this little shift towards the left, right, or bottom, something like that, it's really gives you this nice look. The card is balanced and it's just looking perfectly. Sometimes just have a play with it, see how the card would look like if you just put everything on the top, like right in the middle, but then try to shift the things around, and I think this makes it looks much better. Here I've just glued my number 70 to this heart, and I'm just placing the stamping block over it to help it just dry a little bit. And then in meantime, I am working on my happy birthday sentiment. For that, I am just adding 2 brats on the corners of the sentiment just to give it an additional extra touch. And this is something what I like to do in my cards. I always like whenever the card is special, I'm always trying to reach for some additional embellishment up aside from the paper, whether it's a metal brass or like a little bit like a metal thin embellishments or something like that, or some Nuvo drops, a string, bows, ribbon, sizzle, everything which will help you to build up the composition will be great here, and your card will instantly change into this premium luxurious looking really nice piece of art. And this is something I've been praising every single time when I'm making a large card. I'm saying whenever you want to have something which is looking much more luxurious and special make, just enlarge the size and work on your composition. Try to build up the composition by adding some extra element, not just like 2 flowers and 2 leaves. No, just use all of your leaf die you have, just cut 2-3 from each size. Here you can see I've got this like a white leaves, I've got the blue leaves, I've got the different types of the leafy. I've got this like a little swirl one which are from Spellbinder. I really like to add and mix and match and just fill up this composition so it's looking nice and, you know, and rich. if I can say so. So I hope you enjoyed today's proposition for this card. I hope you enjoy the video. Stay blessed, my friends. I am wishing you all a wonderful week. I may be missing action for a week or so because I'm working on something new as well, but stay tuned. Please give me a like if you like this video, and I hope to see you shortly. Stay blessed, my friends, and I'm sending you all hugs. Bye bye.